I want to start by acknowledging something very specific about the state of online business in 2026. You have probably watched at least a dozen videos today with a title similar to this one. Most of them follow a very predictable and ultimately frustrating pattern. About 4 minutes in, you realize the strategy being taught only works if you already have a massive audience, or it's just a thinly veiled pitch for a high-ticket course. That ends here. Today, we are looking at pathways that require no existing followers and no massive upfront capital. I'm going to give you 5 online income sources that are generating real, sustainable wealth for real people right now. These are vetted, they are realistic, and they are built for the current AI-integrated economy. I'm not here to give you a hack, I'm here to give you a roadmap. For each one, I'm going to tell you exactly what it requires. We will talk about the hard parts, the specific skill gaps you'll face, and the honest reason why most people quit just before they see the acceleration. Success in 2026 is about preparation, not luck. The failure isn't usually in the income source itself, it's in the preparation. Most content ignores the friction. We're going to address that friction head on so you know exactly what you're walking into. Let's fix that right now. The first income source is freelancing. But in 2026, the model has completely shifted. We aren't talking about commodity tasks anymore. We're talking about high-value expertise where you act as the AI director for your clients. The highest rates are found at the intersection of human judgment and AI capabilities. You aren't being paid to type or to click. You're being paid to provide the direction. Writing that requires a human soul, video editing that requires creative vision, and research that requires synthesis. If a basic AI can do a task in 30 seconds, the market for that skill is effectively dead. To thrive, you must position yourself as the architect of the tools, not the tool itself. Clients are desperate for people who can navigate the AI landscape on their behalf. Skilled freelancing in these high-demand areas currently pays between $75 and $250 per hour. While it is active income, it remains the fastest way to replace a corporate salary without needing any upfront capital. You are selling your brain, not just your fingers. Here is the honest truth most people won't tell you. Most freelancers fail not because they aren't good at the work, but because they are bad at finding clients. You aren't just a designer or a writer, you are in the business of client acquisition. Mastery of that skill is your security. Tools like Claude are your secret weapon for the acquisition side. They help you research potential clients, write targeted proposals that actually get read, and structure your service descriptions so the value proposition is undeniable from the first sentence. The second source is digital products, but let's be very clear about the distinction between a generic course and a high-value knowledge asset. In 2026, the market rewards specificity over everything else. A broad overview of a big topic no longer sells. A specific solution to a high-friction problem for a defined audience does. Your product should promise a defined outcome that your buyer can visualize and value immediately. Breadth is a commodity. Depth is a premium. You don't have to guess what the market wants. You use AI to analyze existing feedback, reviews, and forums to refine your solution until the value is undeniable. We are moving from build and they will come to validate and then deliver. Knowledge products scale beautifully because the cost of delivery is virtually zero after the initial build. Whether you sell to 50 people or 500, your profit margins remain incredibly high. But remember, building the product is the easy part. The distribution is where the real work happens. You should expect a 90-day cycle to build and properly validate a digital product. You need time to document your expertise, test the demand with a small group, and build your distribution channel. This is a long-term asset, not an overnight get-rich scheme. AI has dramatically compressed the time it takes to build the actual architecture of your course. It can help you structure your curriculum, generate your workbooks, and even draft your slide decks in hours. Your role is to provide the deep, human-derived expertise that fills those frameworks. Third, content creation. This is the pathway everyone dreams about, but very few have the stomach to stick with long enough to see it pay off. Let's talk about the actual timeline to becoming profitable in 2026. Building a content engine that actually moves the needle takes 12 to 24 months of consistent, high-quality output. Most creators quit in the trench around month 8, right before the algorithm starts to trust and reward their consistency. The real value of content isn't ad revenue or sponsorships, though those are nice bonuses. The secret is that content is the most efficient trust builder ever created. When you publish consistently, you are pre-selling every other high-margin income source on this list. With 10 to 50,000 highly engaged followers in a specific niche, you can realistically expect between $2,000 and $15,000 per month across various revenue streams. It's a marathon of attention earning, not a sprint for vanity metrics. What this pathway requires is a clear niche and a schedule you can actually keep. AI will produce your scripts and your research. Only you can produce the consistency. In a world of instant gratification, patience is the only moat that AI cannot bridge. If you're feeling overwhelmed by these options and you want a structured path with a community that walks beside you, Beacon Momentum is where that happens. Link in the description. Now, let's look at the most undervalued source: licensing. Source 4 is licensing. This is the hidden gem of the 2026 economy. Instead of selling your individual hours or even a course to individuals, you license your entire methodology to other businesses. Licensing is built entirely on systems. You create a methodology that generates proven results, like a specific sales framework or a leadership curriculum, and businesses pay you a recurring, often significant fee to use it within their own organizations. This might look like training for corporate HR departments or proprietary systems for other coaching practices. It is the ultimate form of leverage because it completely detaches your income from your physical presence or your personal delivery. A single licensing agreement can bring in $1,000 to $10,000 per month. When you scale that to 10 or 20 companies, the math changes your life without adding a single hour to your actual workday. You are selling the system, not the service. The truth? You probably aren't ready for licensing in year one. You need a proven system with documented, repeatable results first. This is a powerful second stage strategy once you have the data and the case studies to back up your claims. Claude is your essential partner for the documentation phase. It helps you turn your intuition and experience into a structured, transferable system that others can follow perfectly. That documentation is the actual asset you are licensing. No documentation, no deal. Finally, Source 5, Productized Advisory. This is the perfect bridge between the high fees of one-on-one consulting and the massive scalability of a digital product. It is the dominant hybrid model of 2026. Instead of billing by the hour or the project, you sell a fixed engagement with a fixed outcome. You deliver it through a strategic mix of pre-recorded content, templates, and limited, high-impact live access that you control. It removes the time for money trap. Consider a business clarity intensive. It's 2 weeks of work, access to a library of your pre-recorded strategic guidance, and just 2 live deep dive calls. It's priced at $2,000 to $5,000. The value is in the outcome, not the hours. Because the scope is fixed and your materials are productized, you can comfortably run 5 clients at once. That's a $25,000 month while only hosting 10 strategic calls. That is true professional leverage. You are scaling your expertise, not your effort. The hardest requirement? You must resist the urge to customize every engagement. You have to trust your framework enough to deliver the same high-quality outcome every single time. Scope discipline is the difference between a business and a job. Let's summarize the landscape. Freelancing, knowledge assets, content creation, licensing, and productized advisory. Not one of these is passive in the fantasy sense. Every single one requires human expertise, real work, and deep commitment. What is different in 2026 is that AI has compressed the operations. What used to require a team of 5 people can now be done by you alone, with the right tools and the right discipline. The barriers to entry have fallen. The barriers to sticking with it remain. The successful people of 2026 are not the ones who found a secret. They're the ones who picked a path and refused to quit when it got hard. The lighthouse is lit. It is time for you to navigate. Your story matters. Now go build it. If you want the frameworks and the community to support this journey, Beacon Momentum is where we walk beside you. Link in the description. Subscribe if this was useful. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for your time and interest.